Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss The Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1, lines 141 till 186. So by the end of this video, you will be able to learn the explanation of lines 141 till 186, learn the meanings of difficult words of lines 141 till 186, and learn the literary devices of the lines 141 till 186. Till now, we have read that Gratiano calls Shylock a shameless and obstinate dog. He also gives reference of Pythagoras. He says that Shylock has wolf-like desires, which are bloodthirsty, starved, and hungry. Let us now read lines 141 till 145. Shylock, till thou canst rail the seal from off my bond, thou but offend'st thy lungs to speak so loud. Repair thy wit, good youth, or it will fall to cureless ruin. I stand here for law. Let us now discuss the meanings. Canst, it means cannot. Rail, remove. But, only. Offend'st, trouble. Wit, sense of humor. Cureless, incurable. So children, Shylock says that unless Gratiano's taunts can undo the seal of his bond, he is just tiring his lungs by speaking so loudly. He tells Gratiano to be quiet or he would lose his mind. He says that he is standing there to claim the judgment of the law. Children, let us read the gist of the lines. Shylock says that until Gratiano can speak words of abuse, which will actually remove the legal seal from Shylock's agreement, he is only putting his lungs to useless effort in speaking like that. He further tells Gratiano to try to cultivate a more finished sense of humor, or it will break down altogether. He says that he is there to claim the judgment of the law. Let us now read lines 146 till 153. Duke, this letter from Bellerio doth commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he? Let us discuss the meanings, children. Commend, it means recommend. Learned means knowledgeable. So children, Duke says that he has got a letter from Dr. Bellerio which introduces them to a young and well-learned legal expert. He asks where that lawyer is. Nerissa, he attendeth here hard by to know your answer whether you will admit him. Let us discuss the meanings, children. Attendeth, it means present. Hard by, just close by. So Nerissa replies that the lawyer is waiting nearby to find out if the Duke will admit him in. Duke, with all my heart, some 3 or 4 of you go, give him courteous conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellerio's letter. Attendants bow and depart. Let us discuss the meanings, children. Conduct. Conduct means lead him politely. So Duke says that he allows admission to the lawyer with all his heart. He then tells his people to go and bring the lawyer to the court with respect and politeness. Meanwhile, he'll get the letter read out. Attendants bow and depart. Let us now read the gist of the lines. Duke says that letter from Dr. Bellerio recommends a young and learned lawyer to their court. He asks where the lawyer is. Nerissa replies that the lawyer is there only at present. He is just close by. He is waiting for Duke's answer to hear whether the Duke will admit him or not. The Duke says that with the utmost willingness, he allows the lawyer to come. He orders 3 or 4 of his people to go and bring the lawyer with ceremony and politeness in the court. In the meantime, he will have Bellerio's letter read to the court. Attendants bow and depart. Let us now read the lines 154 till 166. Clerk reads, "Your Grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter I am very sick, but in the instant that your messenger came in loving visitation was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar." Let us discuss the meanings, children. Instant, it means moment. In loving visitation, on a friendly visit. Nerissa, disguised as the clerk, reads the letter from Dr. Bellerio. She reads that Dr. Bellerio has written that when he received the Duke's letter, he was very sick at that moment. As it happened, when the Duke's messenger came, a young lawyer from Rome was on a friendly visit to him. His name is Balthazar. I acquainted him with the cause in controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. Let us discuss the meanings, children. Cause means matter and controversy means dispute. So the letter further states that Bellerio had told Balthazar about the case of the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We turned over many books together. He is furnished with my opinion, which bettered with his own learning, the greatness whereof I cannot enough commend, comes with him at my importunity to fill up your Grace's request in my stead. Let us discuss the meanings, children. Turned over means looked through. Furnished, has been given. Bettered, improved. Commend, praise highly. Importunity, earnest request. So Dr. Bellerio's letter further states that both he and Balthazar consulted many law books together. The young lawyer now knows his legal opinions about the case, and he has his own expert opinions as well. Bellerio states that he cannot praise the young lawyer too highly. He even earnestly requests the Duke to allow him to answer his request for someone to judge the case. I beseech you, let him lack of years be no impediment to let him lack a reverend estimation. For I never knew so young a body with so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation. Let us discuss the meanings, children. Beseech means request. Lack of years, youthfulness. Impediment, obstacle. Reverend, respectful. And commendation, it means praise. So Bellerio further requests not to underestimate him because of his young age, because he himself has never seen such a young man with such a mature head. He then says that he leaves him to the Duke to try him, and then it will be seen how much better he is than his praise. Let us now read the gist of the lines. The clerk reads Dr. Bellerio's letter. He reads that Dr. Bellerio wishes His Grace, that is, the Duke, to understand that he was ill at the time of receiving the Duke's letter. But at the moment when his messenger arrived, a young doctor of Rome called Balthazar was on a friendly visit to Bellerio. Bellerio discussed the nature of the case with him and the dispute between the Jew and the merchant Antonio. They consulted many law books together, and he is acquainted with Bellerio's opinions on the case. Bellerio's opinion is strengthened by the young lawyer's own learning. Bellerio says that he cannot praise the lawyer too highly. He says that he is sending him in his place to answer the Duke's request for someone to act as a judge in this matter. He begs that the youthfulness of the lawyer should not be considered as an obstacle for withholding his highest esteem. He further says that he himself has never known so young a man with such mature judgment. Bellerio is in the hope that the Duke will receive the young lawyer graciously, and if he gives him a chance, this will show up his praises even better. Now children, if you remember, you have learnt about Balthazar in the previous act, that is Act 3. Balthazar was actually Portia's servant, but Portia, when disguises as a lawyer, takes up her servant's name. That is why she calls herself as Lawyer Balthazar. Let us now read lines 167 till 173. Duke, you hear the learned Bellerio, what he writes, and here, I take it, is the doctor come? Enter Portia, dressed like a doctor of laws. Let us discuss the meaning, children. Take means allow. So children, now the Duke asks everybody present in the court that if they have heard what the wise and educated Bellerio has written. He asks if the lawyer has come in the court. At this stage, Portia enters the court, disguised as Balthazar the lawyer. Give me your hand. Come you from old Bellerio? Give me your hand means shake hands. So Duke shakes hands with Portia and asks if she has come from Dr. Bellerio. Portia, I did, my lord. So Portia, now as lawyer Balthazar, replies that she has. Duke, you are welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in the court? Let us discuss the meanings, children. Acquainted, aware. Difference, nature of dispute. Question, case. So the Duke welcomes Portia, who is disguised as a male, as Balthazar, and asks him to have a seat. He then asks if Portia is aware with the case currently before the court. Let us read the gist of the lines. Duke says that all have heard what the learned Dr. Bellerio has written, and then he announces the arrival of the doctor. Portia enters the court disguised as the lawyer. The Duke shakes hands and asks Portia if he has come from Bellerio. Now he has been used for Portia because she is disguised as a male lawyer. Portia replies that she has. Duke welcomes the lawyer and asks him to take his place. He further asks if he is acquainted with the nature of the dispute involved in the case before the court. Let us now read lines 174 till 186. Portia, I am informed thoroughly of the cause, which is the merchant here and which the Jew. Thoroughly means thoroughly. Cause means case. So Portia replies to Duke that she thoroughly knows about the case. She further asks about Shylock, the Jew, and Antonio, the merchant. Duke, Antonio and old Shylock both stand forth. Forth means forward. So Duke tells both Shylock and Antonio to come forward. Portia, is your name Shylock? So at this stage, Portia looks towards Shylock and asks if his name is Shylock. Shylock. Shylock is my name. Shylock replies that his name is Shylock. Portia, of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within the danger, do you not? Let us discuss the meanings, children. Suit means case. In such rule, in accordance with the rules. Impugn, find fault with. Within his danger, that means in danger from him, Him here refers to Shylock. So Portia tells Shylock that the case that he has brought to the court is the most unusual, though the Venetian law cannot stop him from proceeding. She asks Antonio that if he knows that Shylock has a claim on him. Antonio, I, so he says. Now children, what is the meaning of I? It means yes. So Antonio says he does know, as Shylock says so. Portia, do you confess the bond? Confess. Confess means admit. Portia asks Antonio if he acknowledges the contract that he has signed. Antonio, I do. Antonio replies that he does. Portia, then must the Jew be merciful? So Portia then says that the Jew must show some mercy to Antonio. Let us now read the gist of the lines. Portia replies that she has had the fullest information about the case. She further asks which of these men is the merchant and which is the Jew. Duke tells both Antonio and old Shylock to move forward. Portia asks Shylock if his name is Shylock. Shylock replies that his name is Shylock. Portia says to Shylock that the case which he has brought is strange in nature and yet is such that the law of Venice cannot take steps against him for the course he follows. Then she turns to Antonio and asks him if he knows that he is liable to Shylock's penalties. Antonio replies that he knows as Shylock says so. Portia asks him if he admits having made this agreement. Antonio says that he does agree. Portia says that the Jew must show some mercy. Now that is all for the day, children. Now for your homework, you will read lines 187 till 211 at page number 132 and write meanings of the difficult words with pencil on your textbook. Thank you.